YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 3. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you guys are listening, really appreciate it if you hit that like button as well. This will be the last video of this kind of 3-video series I was doing to test out some things for the channel. So we don't have any races. Striking Tap 5-4-10 at a 50% win ratio, basically. Striking Tap has been a pretty great horse, and I think that's no, Striking Tap is not an original. So Striking Tap, he goes, as you can see, 7-10 on the dirt. So let's see what we can make happen with him. 7-10 on the dirt. I think he should be able to run a grade 3. We'll give it a shot. Handicap, so that makes me think he can run in a grade 2. Is that what they're telling me? Can we try this one, or is it still going to be... Okay, so still handicapped. From the previous episode, we learned that handicaps actually do matter. You know what? I don't mind running him at a shorter distance if we can get him in a race. But this is going to be a handicap. No. So 6 furlongs, no handicap. But these other races, pretty big. This is 8.5 furlongs. 3 years old and up. Now this race, 4 years old and up, weight 127. I'm not sure. I'm guessing one of you may understand why 2 races under the same class. One of them we had a handicap of basically 30 pounds, and the other race we had none. Weird. Anyways, Al-Shiba. I really want to race this horse. We just haven't had a chance yet to get him in a proper race. Not to mention I don't want him to be angry if we haven't raced him, so you know how that works in Gallop Racer. Trying to edit my spreadsheet on here, and it's not working. Anywho, 6 to 9 furlongs on turf or dirt. We still can't race this horse until like July, so finally, July. I believe we will get to that in this video, so we'll make it happen. Race week. We're sitting 8th this season, which is still not bad. Still not bad as far as the jockey standings are concerned. So Striking Tap here, not the favorite. We are the long shot, and could be the fact that we're running a furlong shorter than our range, our minimum range. But we shouldn't be the absolute long shot. That doesn't always happen. That's a little odd, but we will roll with it and see what happens. Nonetheless. 6 furlongs on the dirt here in San Fran. I know I probably say this every time I play this game, but I really still do love this game. I will never stop saying that because, again, this is the game that got me into Gallop Racer as a whole, horse racing gaming as a whole. Without this game, I don't know if I would have ever gotten into Gallop Racer, or I would have gotten into Gallop Racer at a very late point in my life. But so many memories. I remember, you know, I used to... my mom's sister, my aunt, she used to obviously, you know, watch me and my sister, or my mom would be at work. So this is the game I was always playing on the weekends, and you know, my aunt would make us really good food, and it was such a good time, and it was such a good time as a kid. So this game was a lot of memories for me. We're not doing bad. We're sure as heck not going to finish in last place. Striking Tap. This horse finishes a lot stronger than he should. I'm not saying he's a bad horse. I mean, still the win ratio is great. I don't know why we were. I don't know what was up with the conditions there, but nonetheless, probably I think in the newer Gallop Racer titles, you can kind of fluctuate with running in distances that are a little bit shorter or longer than your horse prefers. But I think in this game, you really do have to try to stick to that preferred range. That's the only thing I can guess, because we won 5 races with the horse out of now 11 races he's ran. So he still almost has over 40% win ratio. So that lets me know we put him in the right races. So I'm not really worried as far as that's concerned. Cosmo Gal's ready to go. Ebony Colors is ready to go. Cosmo 7 to 11 on the turf, and this G2. I think G2s are about as far as she can go. I don't think she's going to win a G1, and G3s we always carry a handicap. Ebony Colors, have we gotten a win with this horse? Not at all. 11 races, no wins. Now this horse has speed. I'm assuming I'm going to be breeding him with somebody because he's an average horse. And anytime I have average horses and I can't remember why, it's usually because I'm going to breed them. So he goes 5 to 8 on the turf. And let's see what we can get for him. This open should be fine. Goose Army ready to go. 103 turf rating. Stamina's now in the 80s. I really cannot believe Goose Army is this good of a horse. And to think he still has another year and a half to develop and hit his peak. That's amazing. That is really amazing. I cannot wait. 7 lifetime starts, 3 wins. And, yeah, amazing. So 10 to 14. 10 to 14 on the turf. I don't know why I don't have that in my spreadsheet, but let's go ahead and put that in there. 10 to 14. I did say the turf, right? 10 to 14 on the turf. Golden Derby. That might be a good challenge. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Golden Derby. So we got quite a bit here in this video. And like I said, this is the last video of all these. See, now Alshiba's mad. This is exactly why. Actually, can I scratch him? Is he still going to be mad if I scratch him from this race? He is. Okay, I didn't know if that was going to make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. But, I mean, what was I supposed to do? I made the mistake of breeding him too early. That's actually my fault. I should have waited to breed him probably 2 months out. I think he's been around since, like, the beginning of the year. So Blues Colors ready to go again. Average horse, 7 to 13. Really nice distance, and pace is great. So I would love to get more horses with a position preference of essentially anywhere on the track. This is like a perfect horse, and he is still developing, and he won't be at his peak until basically next year. So we have some really good horses here for the future. So 7 to 13 furlongs, turf or dirt. 7 to 13 doesn't really matter. Let's try this grade 3 on the dirt, see how that handles. We got a slew of races lined up. Striking Tap we won't race again, but 5 races. We're gonna race everybody in this video, and let's see how this goes. Yeah, so I gotta be mindful to not breed until like probably May, because the good thing about this game is there's no certain time that you can breed, so you can literally do it whenever you want. So just so my horses don't get impatient and angry with not racing, I'll wait till like May or June. That way, you know, they'll be able to race a month later. Anyways, Blues Colors, decent odds. We can finish in the money, field of 11. Let's see what he can do. He can race anywhere. That's great. So like I said, I cannot wait. It would be great if I could find a mare with a similar pace preference anywhere on the track. Then essentially any created horse from those two would have that. But you know, we'll see what happens. Here we go. Okay, really good start for Blues. And you know what? Because we got a good start, I'm just going to kind of push him to the front here, and I'm just going to establish this position, and I'm going to keep him here. I'm going to keep him here at the front because again, he can run anywhere on the track, and that is what is great about a horse with anywhere track preference. So we want him to keep him in the blue. I'm going to keep him in the blue. And we're looking good here. Looking very good. Yeah, I love this game so much. Of course, nostalgia plays a big part, but it really is enjoyable because it's actually quite challenging. Now, yeah, if you use cheats and you just kind of want to stack yourself up, I guess you can dominate, but where's the fun in that? I like the grinding here. So again, if anybody hasn't played this game, I have a tutorial video on the channel. You can literally download it as long as you have a decent PC, decent laptop, and I mean decent. It doesn't have to be great. Just good enough to run an emulator, because that's what I'm playing this on. So yeah, we have a chance to win this race. We're going to let the AI kind of burn themselves out as per usual. And then we'll get going. Okay, now we're going to get going. Let's see. Here we go with Blues Colors. Does he have the speed? And he does not. Still a little bit behind. We can still finish in the money, which is what we're aiming for. We're 4th right now, and we should still finish 4th. That's a solid finish. I'm not upset with that. Not that we were expecting to do any better. Well, I was hoping for a win, but like I said, that clearly wasn't in the cards for us, which is completely fine. But yeah, good finish for Blues. We will take it, and yeah, we'll just continue to work from there. But solid race, 4th place finish. It's a money finish, and we will always take the money finishes. We certainly will always take those. 630 points. Somebody left a comment. I can't remember if it was Remy. in the last video in regards to horse to look for. Obviously, once I get the points, I will look for that horse. As you can see, we're only at 63,000. We're kind of on the broke side, so we're going to have to wait. Sheba's mad. Blues needs to wait. Striking Tap's not doing too well, which is fine. So we got 4 more races to go. 1 G1, 1 G2, and then I forgot the other ones. Maybe a G3 and something else. Can't remember. Cosmo Gal's up again, and her odds are still looking good. So, yeah, we could still run her in G2s. As long as we finish in the money, that's actually pretty solid. But we have a lot of horses, so it'll kind of be nice to eventually drop some of these just to save on points. We just need to finish in the money and then cut our costs. As long as we're finishing, ideally 3rd or higher will be good points. But we'll see. Okay, not the greatest of starts. We got to get her to the front. Somebody is way back there. And the horse is like, yeah, I'm not running today. Way back there. Great. Good start. And I love the different conditions that we obviously run in on this game, you know. Conditions change, which is really nice. So, five and a half furlongs to go. And we're looking pretty good. I think our positioning is exactly where we need it to be. So if we time our spurt right, Cosmo certainly has a chance. Fast pace 59 and 8 at the half. And we're looking good. I feel confident. Like I said, I'm still going to wait for our spurt. It just works out better to wait a little bit longer. Sooner we go, we kind of gas out. So I'm going to let them run. That's fine. I'm going to let them run. They're going to do their thing. And I'm going to get Cosmo going right now. Let's see what she can show here. We're going to hit this gap, and here we come. In fact, here comes a lot of horses. One horse gets held up. That sucks for that horse. Cosmo's rolling. We are pushing for second. We're not going to probably get the horse in first. That's the favorite. That's still a strong, strong race for Cosmo Gal. Considering we were probably supposed to finish like 4th or 5th, that's a really strong finish. Really strong finish, and we were pulling away from the horses in 3rd and 4th, so it's another good finish. Another good finish. We're getting these money place finishes except for that one race. I will take these any day. You guys know me. I'm all about consistency. All about consistency. That's the most important thing, especially in this game, because you absolutely need points. If you don't get points, it's going to struggle. You're going to struggle. 2,600, so it's a good result. It's a good result for Cosmo for a G2. That's the thing as well. I need to keep my horses in higher graded, higher staked races, because we also will obviously, you know, have the chance to earn more points as opposed to the opens, which don't really give out a lot. Even if you win, it's 2,400, but you have to win. And then the G3s aren't that special either, so we really have to make sure we try to stick to G2s and G3s at the minimum. Golden Derby for Goose Army. Are we the favorite? Oh, we probably are, and we are. Yes, 12 furlongs here on the turf with the Goose. We got to pay attention. I remember the last time we messed up a race with Goose. We're not going to go through the post-parade, but Ruby Dooby Doo, good horse. Now let's look at the odds here. Ruby Dooby Doo, long shot today. It's so weird. And I know, obviously, a number of these horses, and I know they're good horses, but depending on the conditions, their odds seem to always be the opposite. Lemon Cupid, good horse. But really, I mean, we seem to be the heavy favorite. The other horses that are close to us, there's 3 horses at 5.7. Certain Act, Cowgal, Cowgirl, and Common Death. Those are our next challengers. Everybody else is kind of a long ways away. So we run this race right. We pay attention at the start, most importantly. We should get a win. But there is Goose Army looking strong. 3-year-old colt here. Absolutely. What a stud. What a stud he is. Let's get this rolling here. Let's try to get a G1. Troy to get the G1 win here. Hopefully. All right. And great start. Now, just do this. Tap, make sure. Okay. So we paid attention at the start, okay? Unlike the last time. Now again, I remember one of the races with Goose that we messed up. We got him going way too late, and that wasn't good because we had to make up a lot of ground. Now, since he's a closer, I mean, I can't run him much closer to the front than this. This is about where he needs to be. Maybe I just need to get my spurt going because he doesn't have great speed. He's a distance horse, so it's definitely going to take him much longer to get up to top speed. But he's in the blue right now. He's in the blue, so this is actually pretty good. So instead of waiting till like 2.2 or whenever I usually wait to go, we'll probably get him going right around 3. Won't go on the whip yet because the whip does drain more stamina. I know you have infinite whip in this game, but it does still tire your horse out. That's why I still like to wait till like a furlong and a half. So we'll just get him going at 3, and then we won't get on the whip probably till 2, 1.5 at the latest. But yeah, he's in the green right now. It's fine. I mean, we're quite the distance away. So we're gonna start pushing him up right now. We have to. We really have no choice because this is a long stretch. Long stretch. Now they're tiring out. We're not going to go on the whip yet. Okay, now we're going to push. Now we're going to push with Goose. This is a huge G1 for Goose. Huge G1 for Goose. We're still in second. We're in first. Oh no. Fatigue got us at the last minute. What are you going to do? He just doesn't have the speed. That's his only issue. He just does not have the speed. I just wish he had a little bit more of it and we would, I think, be better. But, such a... It's like, what do you do there? Should I have waited? You know, last time I didn't wait. It was too late. And this time I went a little bit earlier than I wanted. But we ended up getting passed by certain act. Otherwise, I didn't really feel any pressure from the rest of the field. But the distance, you know, we were so far away. I just didn't want to wait too late. Oh, man. It's annoying. It's annoying to lose those races with Goose. I'm second guessing myself. I should have waited just a tad bit longer and that would have worked out. I want to get Goose in another race again. His rating is still getting better. Yeah, he doesn't have the speed. His spurt is mid-range. His speed on the turf is actually not bad. 79. So he has the speed. So why do I feel like we don't see it in the stretch? Yeah, he has the speed. Maybe I do really need to get him going a lot later. You know, that was earlier than I probably should have went, honestly. As you see, we did tire out, and that's why that horse was able to catch us in the end, literally right at the wire. So if I would have waited, we probably would have outlasted that horse and had enough. Ebony Colors, long shot. Let's just get to it. So I'm going to try to do 2 more races. I'll do Al-Shiba's maiden race, and then we'll try to do another one with Goose Army, because we got to get a win. That's 2 G1s, I think, that we've lost with him, and I just can't go out on that note. But I swear the one race, and I think the previous episode, we started a little bit later and it just wasn't enough. Or maybe we were too far back. I think that was the problem. I think I was good with my positioning, but I still could have waited a little bit in terms of kind of really getting him going in the stretch with the whip. I think that's where I messed up in the last race. I should have just waited a little bit more. But I pushed him too soon and then we didn't have enough in the tank. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here, but we'll see. I don't think we're going to win. I'm just going to try to just duck up the inside here. Get this inside trip and let's see what we can do. Still last place. Wow. That was a furlong longer. We would have gotten up there. It's fine. Nothing to really do in that situation, but it is what it is. But yeah, I want to redeem myself with Goose. I feel like that was a bad race to squander. Good thing is your horses don't get taken away and you don't really get punished. Now you do get punished for coming in last in this game, but that's about it. Cosmo, we'll kind of wait for her. Okay, so Goose is actually going to take some time to recover. Blah. Wow, it's Al-Shiba time finally. All right, field of 7. This is what I like. 2 fillies, rest are colts. He's not the favorite, but we have a chance to do pretty well here. So let's see how Al-Shiba runs. It's his first race. Looks strong. See what he can do. All right, Goose is obviously our best horse statistically speaking, but it's just we just cannot quite get that win back. So pretty good start here for Al-Shiba. I didn't have to really do much with him. He kind of got out on his own. We got to get him up a little bit further, though. I feel like we're running a little bit harder than I would like. He's in the blue, so he's comfortable right here. Guess I'll keep him. Well, he was in the blue. He should be in the blue if we pass this horse. Yeah, I just need him to be like in 4th. Fast pace, 34 and 6 at the half. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. I'm going to move outside here. Let's see what Alshiba can do in the stretch. Okay, we should be able to get a third at the wire. No, fourth. Okay, well, that's okay. That's okay. Just kind of got to get a feel for him. Some horses take a little bit more time to adjust to than others. Yeah, I think I need to get him going a little bit sooner. He doesn't really feel like he has a lot of just flat out speed, so may need to get him going a tad bit sooner. So we got those 240 points we lost from the last race. Alright, so let's go ahead and skip like 2 weeks. We need to be winning like 4,000 points a month. Everybody should be back in the blue, and they are. Fantastic. Alright, Goose. Let's redeem ourselves, please, with Goose. A G2. Actually, let's try a G2. As long as he doesn't have a handicap. Let's try that. Maybe that'll work out for him. And this will actually be the last race. Cosmo Gal's rating is still looking at 21 lifetime starts, 8 wins. Incredible. Striking Tap, 11 starts, 5 wins. Goose Army, 8 starts, 3 wins. We botched 2 of those. Alshiba's the only one actually without a win. Well, Alshiba and Ebony Colors. Ebony Colors may not get a win, which is fine. But it'll be the last race of this video. And I think after this I'll have 2 Rival Stars videos. Again, this is all testing. This is not some permanent thing. I'll continue to play these games, but they're not going to be the main games on the channel. I'm doing this all literally for analytical testing for the other series, the main series, Gallop Racer 2003, 4, etc. Goose Army is the favorite, as he pretty much always is. Let's hope this race is better. We're dropping in class, so maybe this is what we need to do for him. In fact, this probably is still best to do because he's still not going to hit his peak for another year and a half. So maybe we need to keep him in the G2s, and we can try to dominate here. And then when he's at his peak, that's when we'll send him into the G1s. Not to say he can't run in them. I mean, we came second, and we almost won that race. But still, I think we have to settle him in here, maybe for the G2s for now. That's the only thing about a closer in this game. It feels like the fields are separated by a lot more. So, you know, you're 10 lengths, it seemed 10 lengths minimum from the front. You know what I mean? They're quite separated. They're not really close. That's the only bad thing about being a closer. I actually prefer if he was at least, you know, a mid-pack runner, even a front runner. Doesn't have to be a lead horse, but anything like that. So he doesn't, even as a closer in this game, he wants to like not be in last, but he wants to be ahead of like a, you know, maybe a couple of horses. It's kind of interesting. This is fine. We'll keep him here. He's in the blue. He's in the blue. He's in the blue. Again, I just kind of want to move him up. Move him up. We're closer now. We're in striking distance. I don't want to bump that horse. Okay, we'll get him going. I don't know if we can get an inside trip, or we're gonna have to move outside. Here we go. All right. Let's see what we can do now. This is what we want to see from Goose. This is what we want to see. There's the speed. Okay, blowing the G2s out of the water. There's the speed. Oh my goodness. Wow. So maybe he's not quite ready for the G1 wins yet, but oh my goodness. There's the speed. There's the speed for Goose Army. I had to redeem myself. I had to. Holy cow. I just kind of want to stick him in G2s, like I said, for another year. Stack up our points so we can eventually get some better horses, because that's what we need. What a beast. And like I said, he can run in the G1s. It's just I want to win. You know, we need as many points, and we set the record. I figured that was fast, and I stopped really pushing him in the last half furlong on the whip, so... But I just want to stack points. It'll be easier to do that winning G2s. I think the points for first place in G2s are still higher than second place in G1s. I'll double check, but I think that's the case. So yeah, I would prefer to just kind of stick him in G2s and just, like I said, stack up our wins and our points, which is going to also help his rating, make him better. And then, like I said, when he's closer to his peak, we'll put him in G1s. But yeah, so I figured it out. We just, you know, he doesn't have to be in last place, but at least maybe ahead of a couple of horses and that are closer to the back. And then we slowly start to move them up as we get towards turns 3 and 4, really towards turn 3. And we're coming down the backstretch. We're still fine. We'll start to move them up a little bit once we get closer to turn 3. 4 furlongs to go at this point in the race. As you can see, we'll slowly start to move them up here. We're moving them up. We're moving up. And then that's what we want to do. We want to get ourselves in a position where we're not 12 lengths behind on the stretch. You know what I mean? We're moving them up. We're rolling. They're all using the whip. They're tiring themselves out. We move them to the outside. And then it was just an absolute lightning flash of speed down the stretch. And as soon as I saw how fast we were going, I'm like, okay, we're about to smoke the rest of the field. Look at that stride. Easy domination win. Oh, man. What a runaway win for Goose Army. That sends me home happy. Keep in mind, I am home, but you guys get to say. And the record, that's exactly what we needed from Goose Army. And we'll continue to try to duplicate those results. So, good stuff there. Really good stuff. Record 6,400 points. I'm pretty sure we don't get that for coming in second in a G1. I'm going to double check. In fact, I need to save right quick too. So, sorry if the game skips. Alright, so striking tap is not happy. I guess I need to get him in a race like now. 7 to 10 on the dirt. Open, no handicap. Interesting. Blues colors also getting there. These horses are really impatient, man. 7 to 13 on the turf. Let's try G3. I think he can handle that. See, 4,300 points. Yeah, we'll run this one. All right, Goose Army. Oh, we just ran Goose. 105 turf rating. Speed rating now is in the 80s. I'm like, maybe he doesn't have the speed because it just seemed like he was so slow in some of the G1s. You know, the speed is clearly there. It's not as noticeable, you know, racing against, you know, grade 1 competition, but the speed clearly is there. And like I said, you're looking at his type, his growth type in the bottom right-hand corner. You see he's not going to be at his peak until 4.5. So, like I said, we really can just continue to run him in G2s until he turns 4, which is going to be in about 6 months from now. And then we can start really running him in the grade 1s and seeing how he handles the other horses. Ebony Colors will get him in a race. I don't even know what I'm doing. Is he at his peak yet, or does he still have time? Is he a late bloomer? Okay, he's a very, very late bloomer. Okay, so that's the thing with Ebony. I'm like, what did I get this horse for? I know I probably got him for breeding purposes, but I knew there was something else, and that's what it is. We got him as a late bloomer, a long-term horse, and his cost is only 80. So even if he starts to do well for us, he should start to do better next year as a 5-year-old, and he should be at his peak for his 6- and 7-year-old season. Actually, even 5.5, he should start to be really good. So he can start to net us some wins. And like I said, he only costs 80 points, so we're not going to be losing a whole much by keeping him around. So 5 to 8 on the turf. We'll run him in this. That should be fine. This is all for the next episode. Cosmo Gal. Cosmo's still running strong, man. Second place last time out. Purse almost approaching $100,000. It would be nice if she could clear that. I think she'd be the first of our horses to clear 100K. Like I said, she's on the downhill. She was able to run in G1s. She can't do those anymore. She's still pretty competitive in G2s. And eventually, if that becomes too much for her, obviously we'll have to slot her down to G3s. Chicago Cup. Can she run in that? I think she can. You know what? We're going to do that. I've never ran in the Chicago Cup. Not the Philadelphia G3. Chicago Cup, please. 22,000 points for our first place? Okay, so do I get more for G1? So okay, hold on. If I want to put Goose in a G1, let's see. G2 top is 5,400. Seems like for most of these. 54 to 64 for most of these G2s, depending. Now, a G1, if I were to look at one, just to see what he would get for coming in second. Let's say the Princess Cup, 3,600. So yeah, again, I think for the most part, we're still going to win more money for having him win first place in a grade 1, or excuse me, in a grade 2 race, compared to putting him in a grade 1 just for him to come in second or third. We're not going to get as much. So 5,300, that's not bad, but again, with grade 1 competition and he's still developing, that second place is not even a guarantee. So I still think it's a safer bet to just continue to run him in G2s until he's ready for the G1s. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. All right. I think this is a good episode. We had some okay, some less than stellar finishes, but for the most part, I think we accomplished what we needed to. Alshiba's actually a pretty stacked horse, statistically speaking. He's got 4 stars for guts, temper, and breaking. And then his incline and condition aren't bad. So I think Alshiba's is going to be a pretty solid sprinting horse, I would hope. That's what the ratings pointing to. Of course, 6 to 9 furlongs is much shorter distance. So hopefully when he hits his peak, which is going to be technically at 3.5, I hope he's a decent sprinter horse. His cost is only 40. So grade 3 probably not really going to work out too well for him. Cosmos, he doesn't have the stamina. I'll run him in the 7 furlong. I don't really want to run him in a grade 3 yet. But yeah, we got quite the stacked lineup for the next episode. Appreciate you guys' love and support on the channel. As always, like I said, we'll have 2 episodes of Rival Stars coming up. Again, just some last-minute tests, and then we'll be right back into finishing out the season of 2003 for Gallop Racer, and then we'll be back into 2004, which is, I know, what you guys are all waiting for. I also want to play Gallop Racer 2001. It's been a while since we've touched up with that, but again, we play these based off of the in-game years, so you know, we play through a full year in the game, and then once we get to basically December in that game, we'll go to another game. That's the best way, because there would be no other equal way to really balance out the games on this channel, because I enjoy all of these games. I enjoy this game a lot, as you guys know. I enjoy 2003. I enjoy 2004, despite some of the annoying headaches with the trainers and losing horses. I don't like that, but I still enjoy the game. 2001 is very enjoyable since I never really played it growing up. Pocket Stables is fun. I have been playing that a little bit, but not obviously recording. But I will record again. Champion Horse Racing, I haven't touched that in a while. That game was still kind of fun. I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Rival Stars is still very enjoyable for me when I do tap in. So I like all the games. I know some people would just prefer for me to just play 2004, but like, that's never going to happen. 2004 is not the only great Gallop Racer game, you know what I mean? Like, and horse racing game in general. There's several good horse racing titles, so I will never exclusively just play one title. I will always diversify the horse racing content on this channel. And I just hope that people like, and I try to make sure, you know, I play a little bit of everything and balance it out based off of how I just described. But that'll do it for today's video. Appreciate you guys' love and support. Make sure to smash the like button. It does help out a lot. But until next time, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Hope you all have a great and fantastic day. See ya, and goodbye.